Hi there. It's Elaine Lindsay of True Social Media and your host for Business Banter Plus TV. I'm really thrilled to be here today with a wonderful woman that's called the Tweeting Goddess. Her name is Samantha Kelly. Thank you so much for joining me, Samantha. We got you there? Yeah. Oh, you seem to be static for a moment. I'm not sure if we've lost Samantha. We may have to wait a second until she gets back in. I'll have to check and see whereabouts we've lost her. In the meantime, Samantha, if you can hear me, there's a chat on the side. Let me know that you're still there. And hopefully, if not, we can get her to pop back in. It's been quite a journey to bring Sam on the show. So without further ado, while we're waiting for her to get back, I'm going to give you a little bit more information about the Tweeting Goddess. Samantha Kelly is in Ireland. She's a social media strategist, a TEDx speaker. She's the director and the co-founder of the Social Media Summit in Dublin. And she's also, most importantly, I think, the mom to two beautiful girls. She's very passionate about assisting others and shows you how to use Twitter as a fantastic marketing tool to show off what you do. She's actually won a number of awards, the Tweety Inspire Award, and she was the winner of the Bank of Ireland Startup Hero Award in 2014. She's even been a guest on Dragon's Den in Britain and other TV programs as well. She's quite the interesting lady, and she really has a knack for getting brands trending on Twitter. If you want to get your brand seen, she's definitely your girl. She's, as I said, an award-winning leader in her field, and her customer service skills and sprinkling of her Twitter magic really can enhance brand images and brand awareness. And it helps people even with their direct sales on Twitter. Samantha in the past has said that social media is a valuable tool for engaging and enriching lives through communicating and sharing knowledge with lots of people and very quickly in ways that just weren't possible even a few years ago. With that said, I was hoping to be able to turn it over to Samantha, but we're going to have to see if we can get her back into the program. Sometimes these things happen. Her internet was a little bit spotty when we started, so we're just going to hope that we can get her back because I know that she has an awful lot to share. Okay, she's going to come back in as soon as she can. And I know that some of the tips and some of the incredible information she can give you about Twitter and about social media strategies in general are really going to astound you. More importantly, I wanted Samantha to share with us her digital journey and how it was that this became her chosen field. And I think it's really interesting. I'm hoping we get to go into her earlier story when she started out helping young women that were literally going from young girls to young women. And I believe that's actually why she was on Dragon's Den. I obviously am going to have to stretch it out for a wee bit because Sam is not with us just yet, but she will be back. And while we're waiting, I can talk about the Social Media Summit that she put on in March of this year. It was in Dublin, and as the keynote speaker, they actually had Ted Rubin, who is a past guest of ours and someone we really, really highly enjoy and are so thrilled to spend time with Ted. We hopefully will have him back on the show soon. Hello, Samantha. So
Hi, and sincere apologies. Okay, we had everything perfect, didn't we? And then
we did.
just crashed. Everything just crashed. So that's technology for you. I apologize. Let's catch
Oh,
up then.
yeah, absolutely. And you don't have to apologize. What's really, I think, important, and it was good to show people, the fact is, just don't give up. Sometimes, yeah, it all goes to hell in a handbasket. You know what? You just pick yourself up and soldier on. I
Yeah,
saw a lot of wonderful things about you.
there were a few swear words, though, I have to say.
Yeah, it happens on this end as well. I don't think I sound like much of a lady when things start going wrong.
So it's great to be here. Thank you so much for inviting me.
Oh, it's lovely, lovely to have you. And now I can tell people, now that I have you here, we actually met back at the beginning of Blab. And for anyone who doesn't know, Blab was another video chat software that allowed us to meet in small groups of 4 and have everybody participating and watching, which was an awful lot of fun. I really quite enjoyed Blab. Unfortunately, when they got to about their 1-year anniversary, they decided that they would take it in a slightly different direction and move themselves into more of an intranet setup for companies and people that will be able to sort of chat amongst themselves. And they really took the public piece out of the equation. But that being said, there's lots and lots of different video chat softwares out there that we can utilize like this. So without further ado, I'm going to hand it over to you. I'd like you to maybe give us a wee bit more background. I talked about some of your accomplishments, but you give us from your perspective what you're all about.
Okay, well, I'm Tweeting Goddess. My name is Samantha. I'm a mum of 2, and about 5 years ago, my marriage had just split up, and my dad had just passed away. My daughter had just got to the school-going age, so I was kind of at that stage where I was thinking, what am I going to do next? I didn't know what I wanted to do. I barely had a Facebook page. I hadn't gone to college. And I was hitting 40 as well, so I was kind of had all these things ready to do something, but I didn't know what. And I think when my dad passed away, I think a lot of you will identify with when you lose someone really close to you, you kind of go, do you know what? I'm going to really live my life and do what I want to do. And you only live once, so that kind of spurred me on a lot. Okay, so what happened was idea, and I decided to start using social media to market because I had no marketing budget. I had no money. I had no money. Sure, how many lone parents do you know that like have loads of money? So I'm not a lone parent anymore, by the way. But at the time, I was, and I didn't have savings. So I had a lot up against me here, you know, but I did have a good business idea. It was called Funky Goddess. It was a first period gift box for girls. So it was a gift that a mom or dad could give their daughter when they came to that awkward milestone. So it was a bit of a taboo still. So, you know, I got a lot of attention from the media because of it. So I think that helped a lot. So number one, I had a product and I knew that my customers were going to be on Twitter because I started to use Twitter. And what was I using Twitter for? I was using it to connect with other moms, to connect with lone fathers, to connect with other business owners. So between 9 and 11 p.m. when the kids were asleep, I was there and I was tweeting and I was spreading the word about my product. But you see, I wasn't just talking about my product, I was actually building relationships.
Yeah.
Now I say it like that because, you know, I didn't know I was building relationships at the time. I thought I was just talking to people. So I just got really, really good on Twitter. Twitter in particular, because the demographic on Twitter are aged 35 to 55. The highest growing demographic are the over 55s. So of course that was my target demographic right there. Okay, they were buying the gift boxes for their daughters or for their little sisters, but the actual customer were the 11, 12, 13-year-olds. Sorry guys, any guys listening, it's 10, 11, 12, 13. Your little girls are going to be going to that stage. So really that's what happened. And then I went on a show called Dragon's Den, which is like Shark Tank. And that really helped, because then Twitter just went crazy and I started getting loads of followers. And what happened was, when I was getting my makeup done, the girl doing my makeup had a big light, and a butterfly landed on the light. And she was like, "Oh, why is there a butterfly here in January?" And I said, "Oh, well, that's my dad, because my dad and I used to watch the Dragon's Den. He used to watch these programs together, and he'd be like, oh, watch this now. This is a great invention. Watch this. Look what this fella did." And, and he loved watching people come up with these little ideas. So I was quite emotional then, going up to the Dragon's Den and in front of the cameras. And of course, then I started crying, got emotional. So I was the girl who'd cried on Dragon's Den. But it did me no harm at all, because people could see I was a human being. People could identify with me. So Twitter exploded, and I became a kind of a star on Twitter then. So what I did then was I sold the company. Like, I got investment on the TV show, but then afterwards it didn't materialize. So I was still in the same situation. So I sold it to a customer who got redundant.
Got a bit of a freeze. Hopefully we'll get Samantha back, because she's right at the great place in this story. I really loved hearing about the butterfly and her dad. It's so wonderful when we can connect like that with our family members and those that are no longer with us. This may be a stopping and starting show today, but we will persevere. That's what we do. And in the meantime, it's too bad I don't have some really decent music. We could play something funky until Samantha gets back to us. But we will just keep on going and know that she will try and make it back to us as soon as she can. And I'm just going to send her a wee note and say, yeah, come back when you can. This happens sometimes. And sometimes when you have weather in different places, you have to realize that Samantha's in Ireland, I'm in Canada, and it really does. We're kind of at the whim of the internet and the connections that we have. But I see she's popped back up, and there we are.
I'm back again.
And you are.
The internet went again. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Oh, no, it's okay. And don't you apologize. I was just saying to our audience, it's going to be a stopping, starting day. And the fact that we're keeping going and you keep trying, I just think is amazing. And if people take nothing else from today, take the fact that, you know what, just pick yourself up and keep on going.
Just keep swimming, as Dory says.
Absolutely.
So I don't know where you lost me there. But,
we lost you just when you started crying on Dragon's Den.
So what happened was, it's on YouTube if you want to watch it. If you just put Funky Goddess Samantha Kelly Dragon's Den into YouTube, you'll see, you can watch it. But really, what it did was, Twitter exploded. The media wanted to talk to me. Everyone wanted to talk to me, because Twitter, people really identified with losing someone. They all identified with the woman trying to pitch her business in front of these dragons, and then getting emotional, and it just showed the human side, and the authenticity of it all. So what happened was, after the Dragon's Den, I still was in the same situation. I didn't get the money afterwards. It didn't materialize, so I was still in the same situation. So when a customer bought the business off me, so she got the money, she got redundancy to do with it. So I was happy to, it's still going, which is great. So I started to concentrate on, okay, I'm really good at this. I'm really good at Twitter. I'm really good at connecting people. And people started saying it to me as well. And I was like, oh, okay. I said, but all I'm doing is tweeting. They're like, no. No, you have a skill, they said. So, thankfully, from some guidance from people, they said, you know what, Sam, you really have something here. So I just started connecting businesses with each other. And then I created a hashtag called Irish Biz Party.
Yes.
Because I felt like, I can't be the only one experiencing these little blocks, you know. Like, how are you supposed to come out of poverty? Like, as a lone parent, for example, on social welfare, let's say you have a business idea, you're not going to have money. The bank's not going to give you money. So how do you get from poverty if you have an amazing talent and amazing business idea? So I just thought it was unfair. So I said, right, we need to help each other out here. So every Wednesday night, Irish Biz Party trends on Twitter. It's amazing. I just created just to connect other businesses with each other. And it's just gone from there. And then business started approaching me, asking me would I help them? How did I get so many followers? Can I help them get sales through Twitter? And I was like, yeah. So really it's gone from there, to be honest. That's how I started.
And now you also have British Biz Party and US Biz Party.
Well, actually, British Biz Party is not mine anymore.
Oh, wow.
Irish Biz Party is not mine anymore. I've handed them over to other people to run because I just got too busy. But now I have the Women's Inspire Network.
That's right.
Which is amazing. And I just added you to the Women's Inspire Network. I mean, it's just 5,000 members on Facebook, the Facebook group. I have a website. We're going to launch a website soon. And do you know what I think the secret is? I don't charge membership. Now, everyone, well, not everyone, but some people are saying, you know, you need to monetize this and you need to make loads of money and blah, blah, blah. But you know what? The whole thing that makes it so beautiful is the fact that I don't charge. Yeah. And the fact that we do support each other and we do help each other. The money comes in different ways, if you know what I mean, because I do events and what we do is we meet offline. Yeah. So we actually bring those relationships that we build online on Twitter, which is really what social media is all about, and take it offline. Yeah. Like what we're doing here. We're still online, but we're face to face, but we've taken it from Blab to Twitter to here.
Yeah.
And the next thing will be we'll meet in real life at some event and it'll be hugs. It won't be handshakes.
Absolutely.
And that's what Twitter is all about. And that's that like what I do with now the Women's Inspire hashtag. It's on every it's not this, well, your time, be about an hour and a half from where you are now, your time. So it's 10 p.m. every Tuesday night on Twitter. And it's just women in business, female entrepreneurs in particular, connecting with each other. So we had a big conference there last month and we had 250 female entrepreneurs in one room. We had speakers, we had workshops, and that's where you start making the money. It's on the ticket sales, it's on the sponsorship. And so I'd like to kind of keep it that way, or maybe get a big sponsor like, you know, Google, powered by Google or something, you know, something like that. So there's other ways, but I just feel what makes it special is I genuinely do want to help and connect these people with each other. And I think that's the difference. If you were, I know that, you know, you have to pay your bills as well, but how I do that is I run Twitter accounts and I teach people how to use Twitter. So, you know, it's my way of giving back in a way.
Yeah, it absolutely is. And your authenticity really shows.
Thank you.
It's very apparent even the first time I spoke to you and ever since. It was always very evident that you're very real. You struggled and you want to give back. And that's, I think, where some of the best business and marketing comes from. The people who have been in the trenches, who really understand what it is to be without.
Yes. And it's a horrible feeling. And it is a horrible feeling to be without. And I don't want to go back there. And, you know, and it's not, and I empathize with anyone who is there. And that's why I think it's important that if we help each other, and, you know, it could be just something simple. It could be as simple as me connecting with you with someone for your next guest for your show. It could be as simple as me introducing you to someone. Like, where do you live?
I'm in Ottawa, in Canada.
Okay. So, I mean, it might be like connecting you with Melanie Dodaro or Steve Dotto, any of those people that are in Canada.
Very well.
You know, Melanie and Steve, I brought them over to the social media summit. I created a social media summit last March. And we had Steve and Melanie came over for that, and they spoke at it. And I met them in real life. That's how you bring relationships offline. And the social media summit, the only reason I created that was because I said, now, I'm watching businesses do it wrong on social media. And I'm like, why are they doing it wrong? Especially big corporates. I'm like, they're doing it all wrong. Why are they doing this? And I said, I know why. They don't know. They don't understand. They don't understand how to do it. And I said, right, that's it. I'm going to create a big summit and I'm going to bring them all over all the experts, and I brought Ted Rubin over, and I said, and we'll just teach them how to do it. And that's what we did. And it's lovely. And we're doing it again now in March.
Yeah.
In Dublin.
Yeah, you got it. You had very, very good response. I know it went really, really well, which is excellent.
It was
And
lovely.
this is how, companies take the next step. And you said early on, you didn't go to university, and neither did I. But guess what? What we do, there wasn't a course for that.
No.
10 years ago, there wasn't a course for that. So the people that are in our sphere who deal with social media and search optimization and all of these things are really learning by the seat of their pants, because that's, what it's an old British saying, needs must.
Yeah.
And that's really what we've all come out of. And there's an awful lot of us. I've been the same place you were. For a short while, I was a single parent, and I was unable to work at the time. So I totally get where you're coming from. And there are so many people who can relate to that story, and showing that just keep going, keep trying. If you have the seed of an idea, like your Frankie got it, you have to go forward. And I love the fact that your dad was by your side through the whole thing, and the butterfly story is absolutely beautiful. I love that.
Don't start me crying again now.
No. But
I did feel that it was the strangest thing. I just thought it was so strange, and like, he would have been so proud of all this. And I feel that when you let people in a little bit into your life and what's going on, and the pain and the triumphs.
Oh yeah.
I got the social media so much. I did a tweet on the day, and it said, if you can dream it, you can do it. I used the hashtag social media summit, and I tagged social media summit, and I showed a photograph of the crowd sitting listening to Ted Rubin. And that got retweeted, I think, 35 times. It got, it got spread all over the place because it was a positive tweet. It was the end of the story. I took my followers on a journey.
Yes.
So I was like, when I was going up to meet potential sponsors, I was getting up early at 6 a.m. I was getting on the bus. I was taking a picture. I was doing a Snapchat on the bus. I was telling them the story as I went along. They could see me. Even when Gary Vaynerchuk, when I was speaking at that event, he was speaking in Dublin, and I was on the same stage as him. I did a Snapchat story. It's on my YouTube of, okay, what outfit am I going to wear?
Yeah.
I'm so excited. What outfit? I took them to the hairdressers. I was getting my hair done, and you'd be amazed, and people want to see that because it's like, oh, and they're actually exciting for you, like, because they want to see that you actually get there and everything goes well.
And you are for them. I mean, that you are building the know, like, and trust factor in the real way. You're showing them you're not a cardboard cutout. You're not something that only exists in the web. You're a real person that has the concerns and the girly stuff, knowing what we want to wear and how's our hair. And I mean, it's all of that. Yeah, all of that is what makes it real for people and allows people to dream and say, you know what, I can do it too.
That's if anything came out of what I do, it's if I can inspire one other woman that might be sitting at home thinking, oh my God, what am I going to do? That if I can inspire one or man, to get out there and just try. At least if you're trying, you're getting there. That's half the battle, because at least you're making the effort. And it's when you stop trying, that's when you're in trouble.
Absolutely.
And I'm not really wise or anything like that. I'm just a normal person that just happened to work really hard and get what I wanted. And with social media and being now, like, I'm an influencer now, I'm verified on Twitter. Woo, that was a great day. I'm like, so people, even Twitter is saying, okay, this woman's giving value here. And what I'm doing is I'm putting out content as well. It's not just about, like, following me around. I'm actually helping people to find the right connections. Like, it could be a singer in a band, a wedding band, let's say, and I might spot a tweet, someone's looking for a band for an event. I connect them, and it could be something like that. But I'm also teaching businesses, like big businesses, how they can actually build a community customers, and it's about engaging with your customers. When you engage with your customers, and when you know your customers, and if they trust you and they like what you're putting out and they start sharing your content, then you have customers and brand advocates right there that are going to do your marketing for you. And that's really what you want. You want people tagging you in tweets. You want people saying how great your customer service was. And that all leads to sales, which leads to dollars, or whatever, and it does all lead to more sales and more success. So I'm not just talking about my life and what I do every day. It's about them knowing, do you know what? I think Tweeting Goddess could actually help us out here. I think she knows what she's talking about. Maybe she can help us connect with our customers.
Yeah, you're walking your walk.
Exactly. Yeah.
And what a great role model for your daughters. Okay.
Thank you.
Well, seriously, you're taking charge. You're taking the bull by the horns, and you're making, you're carving this incredible path, and that
well, actually,
can only help.
I thought it was quite funny because I have a vision board.
Yeah. Oh, we've got one more glitch. It seems the best nuggets that Samantha gives us, the universe is giving us a moment to sit and think about that, because we lose her at the most interesting times. She's about to talk about vision boards, and I'm sure that a lot of people understand the value of vision boards, and even people that are into sports and Olympic athletes are very much about visioning. You're back. Yay.
I'm back. Yeah. There's a storm here. So.
Well, there's that too. Our weather's kind of weird here. What I just said was, it's really interesting to me that the universe is stopping us at some of the really great points you're making and allowing us time to digest. So go on with the vision boarding. I was just adding about, athletes visioning. And so, away you go.
So I have Nike girl there. I have a picture of dollars. I have a picture of cities. Like I've never been to Canada. I've never been to America, and I would love to go. So I'm hoping that I'll be asked to speak over there, because I was small. There's only 3 million of us over here. I think I'd love to spread this to everybody, and obviously get paid for it too, which would be lovely. But that would be my vision, and that's my vision board. And then I have like bring Ted Rubin to Ireland, bring Mary Smith to Ireland. I have all these different. Bring Oprah to Ireland. I
like that.
Anything could happen. You never know. So you might as well just put it out there. So just it's interesting. And then I saw my daughter actually has a list, and it's like a vision board too, and that she ticks it off as she does it. So maybe it is rubbing off a bit. Yeah. So yeah, just it's really, I think businesses, if we can help each other. And I learn a lot from other influencers like Tamara McCleary, Brian Fanzo. These people teach me a lot too. So I'm learning all the time. It's like you said, we're actually paving the way for the next generation, but we are actually learning every day. I'm learning every day. I don't know everything. Sure, I only learned about this Google Hangout thing properly from you today. So I mean, there's always something you can learn, and if you think you know everything, you're in trouble.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I've always said I aim to improve 1% a day. Whatever that may be, it's always by learning, because there's just so much that we don't know. And collaborating and learning, I don't think that I mentored with Mari Smith for 3 years. Mari is, absolutely amazing. And Melanie Dodaro and I went through the same mentoring program with Mari, which was absolutely great.
Well, there you go. You see?
Ted Rubin, as you know, has been on the show, and that took some doing too.
He's lovely. He's very patient, and you see, I think that another thing is as well, you know, if you get these people and they're walking the walk, like at the social media summit, he was sitting down having lunch with everybody else. He was getting selfies and being really kind to people. There was a girl made him a green dicky bow, you know, because Ireland and all, and it didn't fit him, but he wore it open on the stage.
Oh, that's lovely.
You know? Yeah, just little things like that.
You can't get much realer than Ted. You really can't. Okay, he's a fast-talking, he absolutely walks his walk, and I just think he's an amazing man, and I was really thrilled for you when you got him to be your keynote for the Social Media Summit this year. I thought that was great. But these are all people that you met through Twitter.
Yeah. Oh, totally. 100%. And there's so many stories I have. I mean, I have a book, Tweet Your Way to Success, but I'm going to do a new one, so I won't push people to that or anything. It's just to say that in the book I did do Twitter tales, and in the next one I will have real Twitter tales.
Oh, good.
Because there are real stories of people who have actually, I know one lady, she's got Usher syndrome. She's Carol Brill. She's lovely. She'd be a great interviewee for you, actually. And she's going blind and deaf, and she had a dream to see Disneyland with her daughter, who was 7, before she actually went fully blind. And so we fundraised, we did a campaign on Twitter, Seeing Disney, and we raised 10,000 euros for her to go and do it. So she did it, you know, and, you know, things like that. And that's helped her because it's opened her world, because, you know, I think the socially excluded are really more included on social media, and that's a huge thing as well. I see a lot of people like in wheelchairs, for example, that are housebound. I know a lot of people who've been very ill, whose Twitter has changed their life.
Well, there's also,
I not only have met these people, you know. Sorry.
But no, I was going to say we also have a lot of people. Actually, Hangouts was also very helpful for a number of people that have autism and have issues with being in crowds, and are able to spend time with other people in a way that can make them feel comfortable enough to participate. And I think that's absolutely amazing. And all of it through the power of social media.
It's no, you are isolated no more, and you're lonely, no longer alone, you know. And you could wake up at any time of the night. I know I could, and I could wake up and see, is anyone there? And there'd be someone there. They might be drunk.
Actually, there's a gentleman here in Canada. His name is John Butterill, and through Google Hangouts, and we've all helped push him on Twitter as well, but when the video chat started, when the Hangouts started, I was an early adopter, so we were in the Hangouts, oh my God, 24/7. We were always, you know, chumming about with people, and you'd pop in and out at whatever time. He was up in what we call the Kawarthas. It's a very woodsy region with lakes, and it's really quite beautiful. But he has a friend who has PTSD. He was a Vietnam vet, and he become kind of agoraphobic and really was not participating in life. And John was in his canoe. He's a photographer. And as he was in the canoe, he thought, you know, if I could use the Hangouts to show my friend the beauties of nature and just give him something other than his room to look at. Well, John has turned this into something called virtual photo walks. There are now more than 200 photographers around the world who participate and show people that are in hospital, people that are, you know, locked in through agoraphobia or other, you know, mental illnesses that don't allow them to participate, have seen everything from the blooming cherry trees to Russian submarines, Hawaii's volcanoes, animals, you name it. They've gone everywhere. And all this came from the seed of an idea. John's an older gentleman who just wanted to help a friend, and Google jumped into it, and then the people at Zoom, God bless them, have really stepped in and helped with all the photographers. And one woman who was a shut-in for many, many years, 2 years ago, did the first photo walk as the photographer. She had been an early client. So it was really incredible to see.
See, that's perfect example of how important social media is to a lot of people that wouldn't normally get a chance to reach out to another human.
Yeah. And in a variety of ways, like you said, you raised money for Carol Boyle, I think you said her name was.
Carol Brill. Brilliant.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, I like that. There's a lot of that has gone on through social media, and the power of helping, people with new babies that have problems, and people that didn't know where to turn and couldn't, get funding. We have someone right here in Ottawa. His name is Jonathan, and this relates to your butterfly, so I thought I would definitely share. He has what they call he's the butterfly boy. It's a disease called EB, and it causes your skin to be so fragile that you can't even be touched. And he is currently in Minnesota. They are trying to give him stem cell therapy. He's already gone through once and didn't quite take, but they're going to strengthen him as best they can for a second round in the spring. And his mom, Tina, who is amazing, Jonathan's 14, and such an inspiration. But through social media, there is a GoFundMe campaign that has enabled her to stay there because she has another child and a life here in Ottawa, and it's a big commitment financially to do this stem cell therapy out in Minnesota. So they have an apartment and they're able to stay there based on what we're all doing. And one of the social media people from Ottawa did an event last weekend, Lisa Larder, and we had a raffle for things on the table, and all the money went to Jonathan and his mom, Tina.
Brilliant.
So you see it everywhere in social media.
But I feel, that like when we're talking about business from a business sense, I feel that even a big corporation can be humanized.
Absolutely.
Can actually. I have great examples of a phone company, for example. I don't know if Justin Bieber is coming to Ireland, and my daughter loves Justin Bieber. And I was like, I can't get on the site. So I tweeted them, and I was like, I can't get the tickets. And then I went, oops, it's the wrong day. So I said, sorry, guys, it's actually the wrong day. And they went, is it too late for me to say sorry? They said, which is Justin Bieber's song. And I was like, oh my God, that is so cool. That is such a cool tweet. And so I tell everyone about it. And at the social media summit, 6 of their staff came to the social media summit, and I mentioned that story on the stage. So, and I'm saying it now here. Yeah. So it just, I'm spreading the word about that company through mobile because of a tweet.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Be aware, be aware of people that watch.
Oh, absolutely. And it's all of these stories that we're able to share. It's all of, the real life that we each live. When you put it out there, when you're ready to collaborate, when you're ready to help someone else, it's amazing what comes to you.
Oh, look, it's all, look, there's lots of idiots out there too, right? Don't get me wrong. I mean, I got trolled a few times. No, tweeting goddess, who does she think she is, and blah, blah, blah. But, I just blocked them all.
Yeah.
You don't have to listen to people like that. It's like real life. You don't have to hang around with people that don't make you feel special and cared about. You don't have to. So, most of the people that would be following me are really, really cool and really nice and good people and been through some kind of crap, and now they just love Twitter and love building relationships. And they also buy on Twitter. And that's the main, for businesses, we're more likely, I know I am, to follow a link and click buy from Twitter.
Absolutely. It's to me one of the best, because early on, Mari talked to us about Ford and Scott Monty. Scott Monty was the social media person for Ford, and he's very involved, and he did an awful lot with Twitter and social media. And I'm one of these people who, if you tell me something, I have to go prove it for myself. So it so happens I drive an older Escape hybrid, which is a Ford, and I was really concerned, honestly, about the batteries. Like, what happens? This thing runs on 300 like huge batteries. What happens when they run out? Like, what do we do? And how soon will that happen? And I ended up tweeting to him, I got a response in under 20 minutes, and I didn't get just one response. I was given direction to a number of different of their research pieces that would put my mind at ease and explain to me exactly what was going on with it. Now, Scott's gone on to now have his own company, and he does the Full Monty, which is his newsletter, and is totally amazing. But he was in America. He didn't have to answer me. I'm in Canada. It's a different head of the company. That didn't matter. He understood what it was all about. I have nothing but good things to say about him.
Well, that's brilliant. I mean, and that's exactly walking the walk. Respond to people when they tag you. Thank them when they tweet you. Thank them when they retweet you. Thank them when they follow you. You don't have to thank everyone who follows you, but look at them, see if they're normal, and have a look and see through their last few tweets. Do they look like they're kind of normal, nice people?
Yeah.
Follow them back and say, thanks. Like, look at me. I'm speaking to you in Canada. I mean, we would never have met. We would never know each other.
No.
Tell her I met her on Blab as well. She ended up, I brought her over to speak at my Women's Inspire Network. She was in my house this time 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. It has totally changed how we do everything, and it allows us, so much more access, but we all are able to see people more clearly. What I wanted to say about Twitter, and you've probably seen this as well, but I like people, whatever social media channel you're using, and especially on Twitter, take the 2 minutes to go look at someone's profile when they follow you. Don't just send an automatic DM that says, oh, let me help you with, because it's quite often what you do. And it's obvious then that they haven't even looked at your profile.
Yeah.
So, if you want to build a relationship, you actually have to take some time. And it's amazing what you can find out about people.
Take some time. And another thing that's nice to do? Build some Twitter lists. Build some Twitter lists of, your favorite tweeters, the funny tweeters, ones to watch, like maybe ones that inspire you. I have loads of lists. I have a list of impressive females, for example. And then also disconnect your Facebook to Twitter, please.
Yes.
If your Facebook is connected to Twitter, disconnect it, please. 2 different audiences, and people on Twitter never click on a Facebook link.
I tell my clients all the time, Twitter people.
Also DMs as well. No.
Yeah. It's, it's about being true to where you are. You're not going to go to an Italian restaurant and start telling them how wonderful the African art is. It has nothing to do with where you're at. So on Twitter, be true to Twitter. If you want to be on Facebook, then be true to Facebook. But be true to Facebook on Facebook. It's like Google Plus and LinkedIn. Same thing.
Yeah, I have to say as well, though, I mean, I am called the tweeting goddess, but I am proficient on Snapchat, Facebook, and like Instagram. Look, there's find out where your customers are. You don't have to be on Twitter if your audience is not on Twitter. Where most of my followers are, I have 35,000 followers. So if any of the listeners the people here want me to connect them with someone, like, tag me in a tweet. If you want me to retweet you, just tag me. It's only a click for me. Now, unless you're saying something bad or controversial, I will retweet it. and you say, look, hi, Tweeting Goddess, saw you on the Google Hangout. This is what I do, would love a retweet. I'll retweet it. That's fine. But, if you're being negative or if you're bitching about others, no, I won't. And I like to help out other business owners. And tonight, now, what day is today? Thursday. Belfast Hour is a hashtag that starts in about 10 minutes on Twitter. So Belfast Hour is another hashtag I created for solicitors, a client of mine in Belfast, and they wanted to be the top solicitors in Belfast. So they were like, well, I said, well, why don't we just get all your clients who are small business owners in one place every week?
Well, yeah.
So we do that. And they run it themselves. They've taken it in-house, and it's still really going strong. So if you want to connect with businesses in Belfast, take part.
No, tweet chats are great, and it's something that some people sometimes don't realize when they're small business. I tell this story often when I speak. Is I have a client who are in the tax and financial area. They do everything from bookkeeping to being your accountant. And they had the best reputation on Twitter for years. They didn't know. They weren't on Twitter. They had no clue because they thought, they're accountants. It was like,
they're probably talking about you all the rest. You're not on Twitter. So do a little search and search.
Absolutely, absolutely. And you don't know until you've checked it out. Do your research, because you would be surprised at some of the different types of businesses that do really well on Twitter.
Yeah. Oh, crafters, people in the wedding industry. Yeah. I mean, there are people, singers, like anything where they can click buy.
Yes.
If you can click buy from your website, you're really in for a treat.
That's one of the best things I've ever heard, Samantha. That is so good. Anytime you... Yeah. No, that's really great.
What did I say?
Oh my God, I have taken so much of your time. I love talking to you. I knew, even though we've been trying to do this for almost a year now.
I know.
That's okay.
I'm quite busy, which is great. But you know what? I'll tell you what, if anyone wants to help me out, what I would love to do is go to Canada or the US and speak at an event. So, or teach a Twitter workshop. I'm happy to come over, teach a Twitter workshop. I mean, I love to get my dreams, and it's on my vision board. So,
well, I'm glad to hear that, because next year, 2017, is Canada's 150th birthday. And I'm here in the capital of Canada, and we're looking to do something that's going to be amazing for social media. So thank you. I think we now have Twitter all sewn up.
Interesting.
Yes, we will definitely talk about that. The last thing I do, I cannot believe it. It's gone this quickly. The last thing I usually do with my guests on the show is ask them to leave our audience with one little tip or tweak that people can implement in their lives, be it business or personal, immediately.
Okay. I would like you all to do a Twitter video after this. Yes. So how you do a Twitter video is you get your phone and you click compose tweet, and then you click the camera icon, and then click the video camera icon.
Yeah.
And you hold it for whatever amount of seconds. I think it's up to 2 minutes now.
Yeah.
But you can just say, hi, Tweeting Goddess, thanks for the tips, or something like that, or hi, this is what I do, lovely to see you on the show. And tag me, say, hi, at Tweeting Goddess, here's my video as recommended, and then I will retweet that. By the way, why will I retweet that? Because number one, it makes me look really good. It also advertises the fact that I was on the show, it advertises the fact that I'm helping people, but also it's going to help you guys, because more people will see you, hopefully, especially this time of night. It's nearly 9 p.m. here in Ireland. So, it's helping everyone. Everyone wins.
Oh, that's excellent. And that's the best way to put it. Yeah, everybody wins, which is the whole point as far as I'm concerned. I thank you so much for being here. Yes, everybody do that. Be sure that you get on Twitter. Remember that you'll be able to find all of the information about Samantha Kelly, the tweeting goddess, on her page on Business Banter Plus TV. And I'll be sure that we have your YouTube channel. I think it's already there, but we'll be sure that we have the link to your Dragon's Den video as well. I think that's really incredible. Any other links that you want us to share on that page, we will add. If any of our audience would like us to get something specific about Samantha for you, please just let me know. I am so thrilled to have spent this time with you. Samantha, thank you so much.
You're welcome. I'm sorry about all the breakdowns, but you're here. We're still here. So.
We're still here. Hey, no, I think that's a triumph. That in itself is a major triumph.
So I'll see you soon, and thank you everyone for watching and listening, and sure, I'll see you on Facebook or Twitter, so @tweetinggoddess.
Absolutely, or Instagram and Snapchat as well. I'm Elaine Lindsay, as always, True Social Media. This is me as your host for Business Banter Plus TV. Make your day amazing, and don't forget to get out there and tweet some stuff to the Tweeting Goddess. Make it a great day, everybody.